this teacher who teaches in ICA, the Casa de la Cultura, and here in Ternápolis with the children. I saw that she has these two roles in Ternápolis. Sometimes she has the role of the mom because of the children.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But what caught my attention was that she was speaking English all the time, like if they were intermediate or advanced, and children understood everything. Despite they were talking in Spanish most of the time, they were.
So in Termápolis she was the mother?
Yes?
In Termápolis she was the mother?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
For example, when one of the children was eating popcorn, and then she was like, te sacas esas palomitas de las bocas y me las tiras a mi de la... And then that kid was, no comí, me trajeron lonche. No, pero aquí se come. And that's why I was surprised because I never seen her like that. Because in ICA, most of the time is very kind. Always she's smiling. She's like, how are you doing? What did you do yesterday?
So that is related to the teacher matrix, right? Like depending on the culture?
Depending on
the context of culture, yeah.
Yeah, and also I noticed that in both schools, teacher encourage students to speak English always. When somebody begins to speak Spanish, they say in English. I don't speak Spanish in English. No, teacher in English.
Really push.
Yes.
Good. And does that work for her?
For example, well, I think this works more at ICA because of the age of the students. They are young adults and teenagers, like 16 to 20 something. And the teacher always says, in English. Even if it's a little thing, she's always encouraging students to practice, so something.
What other role did you see in these two different institutions?
For example, Alika, she's a facilitator.
Facilitator?
Yes.
She doesn't become the caregiver or the mother?
No. She just gives the tools. For example, a parent they have to enter to follow that parent to acquire the language.
Okay. Any other? Did you shadow this person outside the classroom?
Outside. Well, the last day I shadowed her. She was. I saw her very stressed when she arrived to the classroom. She told me, and then when she started the class in ICA, they changed completely. She was like, hello students, how are you today? She was smiling, like nothing happened. And I was very surprised because, for example, in my case, well, if I were in her place, I wouldn't, Entonces, sí se notaría que estoy estresado, aunque trataré de ocultarlo.
That's a very important point, very interesting point. Because a lot of people say that teachers, when they get into the classroom, problems should stay outside. Always. Do you agree with that? Yes? And what happened with that teacher. She was really stressed, but at the moment that she was in the classroom, nothing happens. Because they say that usually, well, students are not the guilty ones. And sometimes we see that, I don't know if this has happened to you, even here at the university, that you get your teachers and they are like in a bad mood, and then it's everything on you. You are the guilty one. Yes? So you do that, right? With your kids?
No.
Never.
No.
Sometimes. Okay, Daniel, and what about this? The different types of knowledge.
Well, she has a lot of perfect knowledge in both schools. She knows everything related to the knowledge that is carried about in Thermopolis as well as in Ica. And regarding
Do you want me to record you?
if she is experienced or novice or expert, I think she's experienced.
An experienced teacher. Why do you say so?
Because I asked her how many years has worked in Thermopolis and she has a lot of time working there and she knows everything how no se sabe todo ahí.
So she has the curricular knowledge. She has the pedagogical knowledge. And she has this content knowledge, but still she's an experienced.
Well, I think so because of that, because I think that since they graduated, actually she graduated from here. O sea, si no me equivoco, me dijo que en 2 años, después de que salí con un
Who is she?
Paulina Álvarez.
Oh, qué triste. No se acuerdan de ti.
Yeah.
Ella me dijo, ay, estaba tomando
So you think that maybe she's not like in the process of development, like she's like just in her comfort zone?
Yeah, I think so because she knows how to work with the groups. For example, at ICA, she has the same group, English 4. So I think that she has the same how to teach in that level, no matter what type of the group.
She always has that before. Okay. So anything else that you want to add about your shadowing? Something that caught your attention that you learned from the teacher?
For example, here at the Mapolis, she used an app in the tablet to choose the members of a group. And actually, I asked her the name of the app was name selector. Name selector. For example, in the class that I observed, she had the Mapolis, she said, okay, I things of 3. And then when she connect the tablet in the projector, she run that app, and then it was like a rapport. O sea, en esa aplicación, porque tenías que quitar los nombres del grupo y luego salían así como una ruleta y ya la paraban. Fulanito, el rato otra vez. Y ya pues salían los tres, bueno, ustedes tres, y sí. Y se me hizo bien, no fue como o clásico de que 1, 2, 3, 1.
Okay. Good. We need to look for that. So, anything else?
No.
All right. Thank you very much. Enrique, tell us about your shadowing.
Well, I shadowed I shadowed Carla
Okay.
in the group, and well, what I could observe was I just had time to observe her during this class, this hour time class, because her other courses that I was not available to went. She told me that she's at the moment she's giving classes right here in the same course but with 8th grade, 8th semester. What I observed, I took notes about what she told me and what I observed. It was I realized that she thinks that it is very important to follow the syllabus and the schedules. I think that she thinks that they should be completed at the end of the course.
And what do you think about that?
And I think, well, I think that is like different from other teachers that like they that I don't know. I think that she thinks that is better to complete the whole course than just to well, I do not agree. She told me that even in the school that she works in the afternoon, in the primary school, that she followed the syllabus and the schedules, and she's evaluating constantly all of the aspects that should be done before the semester or the unit is done, and that was surprising for me, because for example in the primary work sometimes I didn't even finish the first unit of the two that are supposed to be done before the semester finished. What else?
So that's one of her beliefs, right?
Well, I noticed during this course and others that she gave us here, that she uses the foreign language most of the time, but she doesn't matter if the students use it in classes or not. What else? During these classes, I could notice a lot of things, because in this class they are working and she's just sitting and evaluating most of the time.
So what are her roles?
The role, I think that during that position in that class, it was like a facilitator or assessor.
Assessor.
Assessor. So she's just assessing and sometimes facilitating things.
Okay.
What else? Well, she told me that being on time is important. What? Still? That is a believing.
Yes, that's her belief.
Being on time. In this case, she showed that each student is independent for his or her knowledge and responsible for his knowledge. She let them like do whatever they want, but or sometimes she assessed or she asked them to show what they did in class. Explanation for her is very important to succeed in a class. What else?
What about the knowledge?
The knowledge. I think that Say mentioned that syllabus is important for her. I think that she should have like curricular knowledge and the knowledge. I think that she's an expert teacher because she have worked in different places. She applied like different strategies. So like I noticed that right there she's an assessor or facilitator, but I have observed her before for this shadow lesson. In other places she's like a resource developer.
Okay.
Then she likes to use a lot of material and to make them learn in a funny way,
Okay.
like practicing.
Meaningful activity.
Yes, I'm not sure of all. Let's see. Well, I took a little notes. I don't know which one I need to read them.
Okay, so tell me something that maybe that you learned from that shadowing that caused you to, I don't know, that was relevant for you.
Well, I think the way she evaluates, she uses a lot of schemes,
Rubrics.
a lot of rubrics to evaluate. Yes.
That was something that caught your attention. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. Rafa, tell us about your shadowing.
I shadow Gerardo. Yuri?
Gerardo.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
In the couple words. I noticed about that. He was influenced by the rubrics.
Yeah.
By the course. There was information provided because when they were working, he was like give the theory and then maybe exercise and so on. And I think that's because of the like how do you say?
Like the environment?
Yeah.
Well, everything that surrounds the
Yeah,
matrix.
like the course. Like the
Classroom.
no. Curriculum.
The group.
The
Okay.
curriculum of the course. He was an expert, almost experienced teacher, because I know it's a lot of characteristics of experienced teachers and also expert teachers. What else?
What about his knowledge?
He has a lot of content knowledge. He has a lot. I noticed that he prepares the class very he also, what I noticed that was when we were doing the couple, he was also doing it. I think that's part of his development. The curricular knowledge, I think that he also uses that knowledge. And
Pedagogical.
I also think that he has like that knowledge, but not just being applied, like because he was information provider.
Information provider. Okay. What about his beliefs? Maybe you observe something, or maybe you ask him. I don't know.
What I noticed here that was he was like
He was very happy.
about the methodology of the course. Because I think he's more like when we went out of the class, he was like friendly. I think he has another goal in exchange students. I don't know. I don't think he's like that kind of
Teacher, like always following his rule.
was always at goal because of the course.
Or maybe because of the stage of the lesson at that moment.
Yeah, but I think that's also also. I think also it was because of he's in a car. He was really celebrated and he has to overwhelm the